Hey, Katrina here from Scrappy Horses. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So happy you're here. I am working in Crazy Cat's saddlebag journal, and I am creating something I've never done before. And I teased this video in my last video by showing it to you in the Specimen journal or Specimen folder, but then not telling you what it was. Well, it's my attempt at a tin type picture or photo that is included in her folder. So let's talk about how we make this. Now, this illustration that you're looking at is from public domain, and I printed it out with a LaserJet printer, and now I've cut it into a rectangle shape here, covered it with just mixed medium Liquitex, and I'm going to wipe that away and clean it up. And now all I do is glue it upside down onto a piece of aluminum foil. Now, I knew I was going to mess this up, so I did 3 different pictures and glued on 3. Guess what? I ended up doing 6 of them because I was not very good at it. So we let it dry for 3 or more hours. Now, I'm going to show you then what we do, and this is in real time. And if you watch many of my videos, you know that I do not have any patience. And I speed everything up, and I talk 100 miles an hour to get through a video in a short amount of time, so I don't take up a lot of my viewers' time. But this I'm letting run in real time to show you how slowly and how softly you need to use your fingers on this. So what you do is you have a spray bottle there of water that I just knocked over. You spray it and you start rolling off the layers of paper. Eventually, you will get down to where you start to see the illustration dark, and you will start to see some of the tin foil show through the paper because the paper is getting so thin. All right, so here we go. We're moving along. All right, so we're just removing that paper slowly, and here it comes. I just tore a hole in it. All right, try number 2. We'll go slower and softer. All right, so you saw how slowly I was going in the first one, but it wasn't slow or soft enough. So I try again. I will tell you that it took me about 4 tries to get this, but it is a fun technique. And from a therapeutic standpoint, if you need to slow yourself down and you just need to just exhale, this really is a good activity for that. So again, you just keep spraying the water because you want to keep the paper wet, and you want to wipe away those little pieces of paper so carefully and so slowly. So again, we just keep adding little spritz of water, and then we just slowly and carefully, with your finger barely touching it, just rub it away. Now, there's a big chunk starting to come off, and that's when you want to be careful because that can just pull off a big hole. So you can see that I'm just sort of gonna I was so tempted to remove it, but I thought, no. So I spray it with water, and I come in from the other direction a little bit to try to get that just to come off carefully. And I did. I got it, and I didn't rip there, so it was all good. I cannot imagine these people who do pieces that are like 5 by 7, because this is very small. I mean, it's like a couple inches by a couple inches or something like that. But I cannot imagine somebody doing a 5 by 7 and sitting and rubbing on this forever to get this off. So if you've done this before and you have any tricks and you want to share, oh, please do. I would love to know tricks to this because it was a really fun technique. I love the way it looks. It's really cool, but boy, it just takes the patience of a saint, I'll tell you. So, all right, so we're starting to approach here the end, and you know, this is like getting boring, right? I get that, but I wanted you to see that it really does take some time, and you're gonna get some holes probably, and you're gonna have to just embrace that. I think that's the way it is. I think that's just the way it works. So it seemed like when I got up here to the head, I was just like, oh my gosh, I've got to be oh so careful here, because the last thing I want to do is get a big hole in his head, right? So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit, because I realize it's just getting long and boring, and who wants to sit through this, right? So here we go. Let's speed it up. And this is definitely about 4 times as fast as I really was going, but still, you just have to keep in mind that you've got to keep your finger really light on this. All right, so Crazy Cat's journal. If you've not seen any of my Crazy Cat journal videos, I'm going to link those below. I'm also going to try to add a tab here. I don't know if it will or not. I've been having trouble adding tabs in YouTube, but I will try to add one. They've been really fun. It's been my summer project. I'm going back to school. I'm recording this before you will actually see it, a few weeks before. By the time you see this, I'll be back at school again. But it's been a really fun summer project, and it's really kept my brain occupied in some really fun history and learning about different cowgirls and fashion. And I've learned a lot about the 1920s and what was going on. It's been a lot of fun. So you might want to check out her journal. It's full of a lot of fun ideas, and I think you'll enjoy some of the videos. All right, so here we are. We're coming along here, and we're starting to get to the point where we've rubbed away a lot of paper, and I keep speeding up and slowing down the video so you can see here just how soft I am here at the end. At the very end, you just can barely touch it because you want to get away as much paper as you can so the aluminum foil shows through. But by the same token, you don't want to rub a hole. All right, let it dry completely. Dry completely. And here it is. I've got a few little rips and tears. It's okay. I'm embracing it. I'm going over it with some Distress Oxide. You can see the one that I put the Distress Oxide versus the one I didn't. I'm going to go ahead and pull some in here. I got a little heavy-handed here. That's okay. I'm going to put this one on the back side. So one will have just a faint bit of it, and the other will have a little bit more. But it definitely makes it look like a tintype. It makes it look very old, I think, which is really fun. Really fun. I'd like to try another image, but let's continue on with this one. I'm going to go ahead and cut these to the size that I need now to put in my frames. I am using acetate on these frames and not envelope windows. Again, I wanted it to be very, very clear so you could see this, and I was afraid if I had too many scratches along with all the scratches on this, it was just going to be too much. So I went ahead and went with that really thin 0.003 acetate and cut the windows just a little larger than the opening, and then I will glue those into place, and then we'll glue the horse in. And there's the acetate I used. All right, so here I am with my Bearly Arts Precision Tip. I've used that a lot in this journal, that glue, because I've been doing a lot of really little space gluing, some intricate gluing, and trying very hard not to get it everywhere. So this really is helpful. And the only advice I would give on using this glue is clean your tip every single time you use it. So you can stick a pin in while you're using it, but then clean it afterwards. and your tip will last for a long time then. All right, so now I'm going to glue the two pieces together, but first I need to glue the little horse slides in on either side. So I'm going to glue one on each side, and then I'll glue the two sides together, and then that will make our slide. Now once the slide is made and glued together, I did go around some of the white on the tips. I have white inner on the cardstock, you know, it's not black all the way through is what I'm trying to say. And so it's got a white core. There we go. That's what I need to be saying. So I did use some ink. So glue the front to the back, and that finishes it up. All right, I put a little tab on there. I also put on some labels. The genus Equus, species Ferus, and the subspecies is Cabalis, and that's the skeleton. And it is plate 12. So, a nice little piece for Crazy Cat's journal as she's learning about horses in the West and all the things she's trying to figure out. Hey, have a wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch up with you in the next one. Bye.